Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala al-ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Sayyidina nabiyyina wa qurrata a'yunina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. We begin in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most benevolent, our Lord. We ask him to send his peace and blessings upon the beloved messenger and prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his companions, his family, and all those who follow him. And we begin by asking him to give us beneficial knowledge and to bless this virtual gathering. Welcome to this week's web class, and apologies about yesterday. I did have a bit of a situation where my wife was a little bit unwell. She hurt her foot pretty badly. So I had to help out with the baby. She wasn't even able to get up and, make the milk and all that sort of stuff. So I appreciate the flexibility, alhamdulillah, and appreciate you taking time out of your Wednesday to be joining us, inshallah. Today we are going to be speaking about a very, very, very important topic for any entrepreneur in 2020. Because currently we're living in a time where these type of devices are giving us more access, more ability to penetrate the global markets, the global economy more than millionaires and billionaires would have dreamt of 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, even 15 years ago. We can now reach millions of people from this handheld device. And this is completely unprecedented in history. Can you imagine 100 years ago, if you wanted 1,000 people to know about your business, what would you have to do? Let me know in the chat. What would 100 years ago, if you wanted 100 people to know about your business, how would you go about doing that? How long would it take you? How much effort, time would that involve? Absolutely ridiculous, right? And now you can reach tens of thousands of customers every single
I was going to pop down the area anyway just to pick something up from someone's house.
Yeah. Mute yourselves, please, inshallah. Fantastic. So you took knock on, that's a lot of door knocking, right? A lot of door knocking, a lot of pigeons. So can you imagine, really think about this. We live in a time where you can post a video on YouTube and within 3 hours, there could be 1 million views on there. Can you even conceptualize what 1 million people look like? You probably never seen 1 million people, unless maybe you've been to Hajj and Umrah. You've never even seen what 1 million people looks like. So this is the times that we are living in right now. And we need to learn how to do this thing called digital marketing. And today's session, by no means are you going to become an expert, because this is something that takes a lot of study, a lot of trial and error. But by the end of today's session, you will have a better understanding of what digital marketing is, what are the key principles that you need to understand in order to do digital marketing effectively. And we're going to start looking at some examples, real examples, and you should all be able to, inshallah, start thinking about how to apply this in your own businesses, whether now, whether in the future, right? But this knowledge is very, very, very important. So this is one of the first things. And by the way, marketing and sales, these are two things that if you don't know how to do as an entrepreneur, you might as well not even try. Because what's the point creating an amazing service, an amazing product, an amazing software, an amazing shop, an amazing restaurant, if nobody's going to know about it? If you're too shy or if you're incapable of letting people know about your amazing offering, you're not going to get very far. So marketing is crucial. Now, I never thought of myself as a marketing person, never. But as an entrepreneur, you have to become really good at marketing and understanding what marketing is. Inshallah, today's session will help us in that journey, maybe the beginning. So let me quickly show you. Today's session is actually based on, these are the books that I went through to put together the notes for today's class. So we've got quite a few books here. And again, some of these things go into a lot of detail. It's a real science. You know, the digital marketing is a real science. You know, there's a lot of diagrams. Let me show you these. There's actual proper diagrams and all sorts of techniques, all sorts of processes, and you can literally spend a lifetime studying it. But as new entrepreneurs, what I'm going to go through today, inshallah, will suffice to get you started. So without further ado, there is somebody called Lockdown 30. It keeps on, yeah, please unmute yourself, and please also have your real name, so then I know, inshallah, who's on and I can interact with you, inshallah. Fantastic. Excellent. So let's get started. So can you let me know, what do you understand by the word or the phrase digital marketing? What does that mean to you? And I'm going to hopefully try and really clarify this, because I think there's a massive misconception as to what digital marketing is. So if each one of you can drop me a few words on what do you understand by digital marketing. So we have advertising on social media to promote your business, marketing using the internet marketing. Fantastic. So who's right? My message to you today is that digital marketing is not advertising. Digital marketing is not even selling or promoting. Digital marketing is not branding. Digital marketing is all about so let that sink in for a minute. Digital marketing, effective digital marketing, is about relationship building. Doesn't matter what niche, what sector, what business model you're in, whether you're in e-commerce, whether you're in publishing, whether you're in coaching, whether you're in whatever. It's all about relationship building. So I want you to now, every time you hear digital marketing or you're thinking about digital marketing, think relationship building. So how do we build relationships online? It's through two very simple things, 2 C's: content and context. So we need to create content which is relevant to our customer. The content is to be valuable. The content is supposed to build some credibility with your prospect. The content is supposed to build some trust with your prospect. The content is supposed to build authority. Like, I am someone who knows about the specific problem that you're going through, and I have a solution for you. So content, very, very important in relationship building. Because look, how do you go about building relationships in real life? In real life, you meet someone, you have a conversation, you find commonalities, you hear each other's stories, and you know, you get to know each other. Online, how do you do that at scale? We try to do that with content, but there has to be context as well. The content has to be relevant. So if my prospect is a young, talented, ambitious Muslim who's interested to break free from employment, there's no point me talking about cooking in my content. There's no point me talking about the benefits of the benefits of being in a career or how to get promoted, right? I can talk about these things. I can talk to them about how to succeed at an interview, right? But that's the completely wrong context for the person that I'm trying to target, okay? So to really do this properly, we have to go back to a very, very, very important starting point. And we mentioned this quite a few times, and I'm gonna do a whole session in this in, I think early August, inshallah. We have to really know who we're targeting. We need to know our avatar. This is so important. Let me know if you've been through the lockdown venture, the crash course lockdown venture. Let me know, inshallah, just drop me a thumbs up or a yes. We spoke about this at length, and we've even gone into, I produced a one-pager to really help you get to know your avatar. So very, very quickly, your avatar is your dream client, your ideal client, not your target audience. It's a person. It's not a group of people or a demographic or a particular age group. No, it is a person, the ideal customer. They have a name. We want to know their age. We want to know what they do for work. We want to know what their family situation is like. We want to know what their values are. We want to know what they do after work. We want to know what their dreams and aspirations are. What are their goals? We want to know what their pain point is. What are the challenges in their life? We want to know where they spend time on social media, which platforms they're using. We want to know, where do they go when they are looking for a solution to a problem? Do they go to Google and search for articles? Do they go to Amazon and search for a book? Do they go to LinkedIn? Do they go to forums? Do they go to friends and family? We need to really get an intimate understanding of our avatar. Because if you don't do that, it's very difficult to build a relationship. It's very difficult to create valuable content for them, and it's difficult to implement the right context, to know what the context is. I'll give you a very simple example, a very, very simple example of how important it is. Let's say, let's use again the example of, let's say, the business school, the Golden Touch Business School. If I don't have clarity of who my avatar is, and my avatar is very, very, very specific, right? If I don't have clarity, I won't be able to have the right messaging to appeal to my avatar. So my avatar is someone who wants to do more with their life, who are thereafter more flexibility, time, and the opportunity to make a contribution in the world, right? Now, if I'm targeting generic Muslim professionals, what specific things can I talk about? There's a plethora of things, and those things may apply to 10% of them, may not apply to 80% of them. And then another topic may apply. So the message becomes diluted. But when I know exactly who I'm targeting, when I speak, that customer, that prospect, that person will connect immediately with my message. And guess what? That person is not alone. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who fit the same profile. Maybe they're 2 years older, maybe they're 2 years younger, maybe they don't have children, but they still fit the profile very, 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 very well. And that's how you build a successful marketing plan. It starts all with the avatar. I cannot emphasize this enough. Every single book I went through today started with the avatar, because without that, you can't do the two main principles. Yeah, so now we're going to move on to This is how you need to look at digital marketing as. This is relationship building. Now think about how most of you have come into the business school. How did that happen? How did you even hear about what we do and who I am? Some of you perhaps have been watching and reading my posts for many, many months. Some of you maybe went on a workshop where we spent 2 days together and you benefited a lot and decided, you know what, I would actually love to continue that learning with these guys. Some of you perhaps were referred by someone else. You were referred by someone else who trusts us enough and the relationship is strong enough for them to then refer their friends and family. So relationship building, very, very critical. So 2 key principles of digital marketing we need to know. And this is probably, you may not have heard this before. Number 1 is empathy. Sometimes when we think about digital marketing, we're thinking, make a really good offer, a really good attractive advert. Let's make them, let's give some discounts. Let's get some really nice images. Let's have a really powerful video. That's not digital marketing. Digital marketing, one of the most key fundamental principles is empathy. You need to empathize very closely, very intimately with your avatar. You need to know what are the pains in their life. What does it feel like to be in their shoes? And many of you perhaps have experienced it because you were the avatar yourself once upon a time. So say, for example, if you are, let's say, helping students. So that's one of my first proper online business was helping students with interviews. Now I knew what it feels like to be a student and have assignments, exams, coursework, and on top of that, find time to make the applications, prepare my CVs, prepare for my interviews, find time to go and do these assessment centers and then get rejected and then get started again. And I know what it feels like. So I'm able to empathize with them. Hence, I can speak to them in a way that someone else can't. I can engage and connect with them in a way that most other coaches perhaps can't, because they may have not been in that situation themselves. So empathy, very, very important. Now, how can you empathize with someone that you have no clue who they are? That's why the avatar is so, so critical. You need to really know your avatar. Very, very, very important. Okay, so empathy is principle number 1. Principle number 2, something I believe in, and I believe this is a very Islamic principle as well, to always be the first to give, to help, to offer, to benefit. Be the first to give value. So digital marketing should all be about delivering value to your avatar. Because why is that important? Because if you do that, that's how you are building that relationship. That's how you build that credibility. That's how you build that trust that I am giving you a lot of valuable content up front. Take it, benefit, be happy, no problem. In that process, what's happening is they are becoming fans of you or your business. Okay, so let's have an example. Can you guys give me an example of what businesses you're working, what business ideas you're working on, for example, at the moment? I can see quite a few names, and I know some of your businesses. And obviously, I'm going to give some proper examples, and we're going to go through and build a proper digital marketing funnel together as well. But if you want some free consulting, this is your opportunity, inshallah. Okay, fantastic. Tutoring agency. So first thing again, who is your avatar? Please don't say 14 to 15-year-olds or 14 to 19-year-olds. Who is your avatar? very specifically. Who is the person that you can help the most? If I was starting a tuition agency, I would specialize in something to start with. And I would start with the people that have the biggest pain. And that's usually GCSE. Yeah, exactly. It's a bang on, Hisham. So GCSE. So the first thing I would do is try to understand them as much as I can. And I can go back 10, 15 years to remember what it's like to be a GCSE student. It's still very vivid in my mind. And then I'll be like, how can I benefit a student right now for free, completely free of charge? I would put together a video training or an ebook on how to effectively study or revise for your exams. Yeah, 11 important hacks that will save you hours and hours and hours on your revision and make you more effective. So have some sort of very enticing title, but I would actually give that out for free, because guess what's gonna happen? They are gonna, through this content, they're gonna enter our funnel. And I'm gonna move into that very shortly, inshallah. So we also have Arash, who's starting a luxury leather handbag company, fantastic. The avatar is a 24-year-old girl who is either finishing college or fresh into the workforce, fantastic. So when somebody starts a new job, you know, you wanna kit yourself out, you wanna make the right impression, you wanna buy something that's durable, you wanna buy something that's trendy, you wanna buy something that says something about you, that you value quality, you value your image. So all of these things you wanna understand about your avatar. Yeah, all of these things you want to understand about your avatar, because that's how we're going to position our messaging and our content. So the avatar, very, very, very important. Inshallah, we're going to have a whole dedicated session on how actually how you get to know your avatar and what that looks like. I'm going to show you later. I'm preparing. By the way, here's a very exclusive announcement for all of you who are live right now. We are going to be hosting a 6-part crash course for everyone in the week after next, inshallah, with Dr. Salah Sharif, who is someone who, mashallah, has been able to start a business 3 years ago with the view to become financially independent, so then he can go and study abroad and dedicate himself to the sacred sciences, the Islamic sciences. So inshallah, he's going to be going to Egypt, and he's going to be studying, inshallah, in Al-Azhar. And, you know, and that's only possible because of the business that he's been able to set up. So we, inshallah, together, me and him together, are going to deliver a crash course, and a whole session on that will be about this as well. Very, very, very important. We're going to go through those. So you have an opportunity week after next, and then in August again, we're going to go into a lot of depth with that. Fourth, now this is where it gets interesting. I want to start creating a little bit of imagery for you to start seeing how this whole digital marketing starts. So digital marketing is a little bit also, it's a little bit in its simplest form. There's only 4 things that you need to be doing. So this is a formula by Russell Brunson, who's one of the biggest names in digital marketing. He's the founder of ClickFunnels, which is one of the biggest and most popular providers and site for building funnels. So he's an expert. When it comes to funnels, this is the guy. And he, in his book, has a very interesting formula. So what you want is who, then you need a where, then you need a bait, and then you need a result. So digital marketing is essentially knowing who you want to help, knowing where they are, so then you can actually go there and put yourself or your offer in front of them. Not your offer, sorry, the bait. You need to give them a bait. And this is a mistake a lot of people do, is you make the offer too soon. You meet someone, you find them, boom, join my program, boom, buy my product. It doesn't work like that. Psychologically, it doesn't work like that. So this is the actual better, more effective formula. Once you know who you're helping and where they are, you present a bait to them, something that will hook them. And then once they're hooked, you deliver the result that they're after. So again, this is all about serving them, benefiting them. But we first have to, we need to attract them. We need to find them, attract them, and then present the result. And here I'm not talking about product or service. I'm speaking about the transformation that they're after. This is in the example of a GCSE student, you're gonna show them how to be successful in their maths exam. You're gonna show them how to be successful in the science exam. In the example of, let's see, what else do you have? Pharmacy vending machine. That's a little bit different because that's a physical, service and product. You can still apply digital marketing to it, but the whole point of a vending machine is that you're serving the people that are around there. There's no point you doing, creating content for people around the world when your machine is in one particular place. So that's a little bit different. When there's a question about what do you mean by where they are. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to attract university students because I know I can help them with their interviews. Where are university students? Where can I find them? What websites are they on? Which forums are they on? Which Facebook groups are they on? Which Instagram pages are they following? Which books are they reading? Which TV channels are they watching? How can I get in front of them? How can I get my offer, not my actual service or my product? I'm not selling to them so soon. I want to give them some free value first. So how do I get in front of them? How do I connect with their eyes? That's what it means, where they are. It may even mean that you have to go to university. And I used to do that. I used to go to university and run free workshops at university. Or you can do leafleting at university. You can actually physically be where your avatar is, okay? So, but you need to first know where they are. And then we need a bait. And the bait, you can call this an opt-in, you can call this the lead magnet, it doesn't matter. It is just a bait to really grab their attention and bring them into our circle of influence so then we can deliver some value to them. We're not trying to sell to them yet. So this is very, very interesting. This is Russell Brunson's formula for marketing. Now, let me show you the mistake that a lot of people do. So here's a mistake, right? So let's use the example of a tuition agency. Here's the mistake that people do, and they waste a lot of time and money with this. They obviously are targeting students, let's say GCSE students. The mistake they do is that they create an advert and they try and go directly to the student. And the advert says, hey, we are a tuition agency. We can help you find an amazing tutor. Come to our website and book a call, or come to our website and register, or come to our website and whatever else it is, book the first session with us. That's not a good way. Why? Because imagine you just met someone on the street and immediately you're telling them, I really like you, and you get on one knee, right? No hello, no conversation, no relationship building. Immediately you're proposing. How is that gonna go down? I don't think it's gonna go down very well. Maybe 1 in 1,000, you might get lucky. Maybe they're desperate, yeah? You might get lucky, 1 in 1,000, right? But this, you need to really look. If somebody's seeing your ad for the very first time, they've got no clue who you are, They got no clue how good you might be. They got no clue about your track record, your credibility, your reputation, and you're telling them, buy now. That's not going to be very effective, is it? So what we should be doing instead, and you've got a really good point here, Hisham. The first session, what we want to say to them is the ad shouldn't be buy now. The ad should be free session. So we want to offer them a free session. This is the bait. Free session. What happens in that free session? They learn for free. Hopefully they have a great experience. They benefit a lot from that session. And now you're in a position to actually say, buy. You know, if you benefited from this free session, book 10 session and you get a special discount. So this is more likely to be more effective than just saying, buy now. Does that make sense? So this is why the bait thing is very important. And again, remember, relationship building. Yeah. So let's have a think about, let me reduce the value. Let me show you what a very simple funnel looks like. Yeah, so you will hear this thing called a funnel, a digital marketing funnel, which is basically a process that a customer goes through. And it usually starts with an advert. So you have an advert, okay? And this advert will take the customer, when they click on it, it will take them onto your website. That's it. That's on the simplest form. You have an advert and it takes the person onto your website. Now, what happens on the website, I don't know. You may have an offer there that's interesting. You may or give them the option to book a call or whatever. And this is just the website. I'm not mentioning landing page because that gets a little bit further. So this is not very likely to be very effective because literally, again, you're literally going from hello to buy now. Hello, buy now. Hello, let's get married. And this is the example that the marketing gurus use. Is literally, you literally say hello 1 minute, and the next minute you're saying, let's go on a holiday together. That's gonna freak them out. So what you should do instead is have an ad, but the ad is for what we call an opt-in. So this is where you're offering them some content. This content could be anything. It could be top 11 mistakes that GCSE students make when revising. It could be a free session. It could be anything that's highly appealing to your avatar. And why we call it an opt-in is because to access that, they have to give you their email address and a name, which basically means we now are adding them to our database. So from this ad, we're building our audience. We're building an audience. The next thing that should happen, so the opt-in is not saying buy now, it's not saying anything else. It's saying, hey, I've got something great for you. If you want it, just give your email address and I'll send it to you. You guys probably have been through a lot of funnels yourself and you can relate to this. And the next step is you want to send them onto a landing page. And I'm going to give you proper examples of all this, yeah? A landing page, a page that is designed specifically to get them to take a particular action. It's a sales letter. It's a sales page. And it's called landing page because ideally you want your customers to land here and then take a particular course of action. And that course of action should be, it can be buy now. Ideally, you should be moving them onto a sale mechanism. sale mechanism could be anything that the objective here is to get the sale. So we're not interested in selling here. We're not interested in selling here. We're not interested in selling here. Here, we just want them to click. Here, we just want them to register. Here, we just want them to buy into next step. And here we are selling. Do you see how, and what's happening here? They click, they get some free content, valuable content. They're like, wow, I'm really benefiting from this. This is great. And then they land on a page which is saying to them that this is who we are, this is who I am, these are the people that I've helped, this is some testimonials, this is blah, 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 blah. Book a call, book a free call with me, or book your free lesson, or book your free strategy call, or buy the product. And that's where the sell mechanism is, the selling happens. So do you see, you're taking them through a journey. You're taking your customer through a journey. So let's now have an example, right? Let's now have an example. And connection is terrible. From my side, the connection is very strong. So maybe Shamima, it's at your end, unfortunately. My bars are very strong from here. Hopefully, inshallah, no one else is struggling with that. So let's have an example, yeah? So let me give you the example of my very first business. I decided to start a business to help university students, particularly second-year university students applying for graduate schemes. That was my avatar. But guess what happened? I was getting all sorts of people. So, you know, I was getting first-year students, graduates. I was getting experienced hires. People in the 40s and 50s were, you know, joining. Why? Because the content is relevant. But my target was very, very specific. So what did I do? I said, I want to build a massive audience of students and I want to give a lot of value up front. So I gave them a free training. And this free training, by the way, is almost like 50% of what they need. In fact, I genuinely believe that this is more, it's sufficient for someone to go through the whole thing. They don't even need to buy anything from me. And I did that mostly because I wanted this to be more of a social enterprise. So I created a very high quality free training. And when I say high quality, I mean the training has a guarantee that if you follow these steps, and let me see, let me show you, right? Let me show you the actual landing page. Actually, not yet. Let me get to that first. So it was a free training. So what I had to do then, and the free training, people opt in. People opt in to get this very valuable free training. And by the end of this training, most students are actually good to go and smash their interviews. I then had to direct as many people as possible to this training, as many people as possible. So I was doing workshops. I was doing Facebook ads. And in the ad, I'm not saying buy my course. I'm saying here's a free course for you with guaranteed results. And I'm that confident of the quality of my training that I actually guaranteed the result. Facebook ads, workshops, word of mouth. I did a few YouTube videos, YouTube. I did some ads on Instagram. I was on 4 student forums. So I was basically directing everyone to my free training, which is actually an opt-in with and it's also a landing page. Let me show you what that landing page looks like, right? Let me show you what landing page looks like. Bulletproof competency answers. Let me do the screen share so you can see it. Okay, so this is what the landing page looks like. Now, what's the point of the landing page? It's designed to get them to take a particular action. And the action I wanted them to take here is not buy something from me, is literally just access the free course. So I went above and beyond. I did all this hard work to convince them, you know, how awesome would it be to have a set of answers which, you know, will help you smash any competency-based interview. So this is the specific thing that I was helping them with, is the competency-based interviews. You know, whether you're preparing for a competency-based interview or an application, blah, 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 blah. So here I'm speaking to my avatar. Here I'm building credibility. This is me. This is where I've worked. These are the key steps. You know, I know what's going on in your mind. You know, are your examples good enough? What are you supposed to do a high score? What if my answers are too short? What if I don't have much work experience? What if I can't think of any more examples? What if I'm not sure if my example is suitable? This is very specific. Yeah, doing job applications is an agonizing process. I totally understand your pain. I remember being very overwhelmed by trying to keep on top of applications, psychometric tests, interviews, assessment centers, assignments, problem sets, reading projects. So the avatar here is, you know, connecting on a different level, okay? Really connecting. And I'm doing all of this selling for something that it's free. So imagine how powerful that is. So if you're a student who has an interview and you see this page, 9 times out of 10, you will sign up and check it out. So here I'm telling them, usually you do this type of sales page if you're actually selling something. And here, look, gain instant access. And here are my testimonials. Over 2,000 people in 19 countries have benefited. Testimonials, this is called social proof. And we're gonna go into more depth about these things in future web classes. How do you actually build a landing page? This is the social proof here. And again, that's the instant access. So what happens once they join this free training? So first and foremost, they benefit immensely, I believe, inshallah, bidnillah. Secondly, they now look at me as an expert. They now trust me because I've helped them so much with that free training. And then they enter my database. And then what happens is the day after, they get an email saying, if you've benefited from the training, you might want to consider my ebook. The ebook will actually help you save 15 hours in terms of research. Then if you pass your interview, or if you're struggling, coaching, book a call with me. And if you need to your psychometric tests, I've got an affiliate. I've got a package for you that you can buy and practice before you do the real thing. And so this was an affiliate thing. I actually, subhanallah, received my affiliate payment today. In June, I didn't know people do these things in July. I got £70 affiliate commission from these test packages. And this was set up 5 years ago, subhanallah. This is the power of an online business. Then assessment centers. Assessment centers, they're very, very difficult. So I used to run live simulations. I used to run a webinar and a lot of things. So all of this was free, but this is all money, 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 money. And they are more likely to buy from me because they've been through my program. Imagine I have an ebook and I start promoting that on Instagram, Facebook, this and that. I may make a couple of sales. But when I've got 2,000 people going through my training and then I offer them the ebook, maybe a third of them will buy. And that was roughly my conversion rate, was 30%, the ebook. That was the biggest money maker in this business. And then obviously you got the coaching. If you're struggling with your answers and you need some help, you can book some sessions with me. That's obviously paid. And then there's all these other things that are happening. and all these other offers, right? So this is an example of a funnel. Yeah, this is an example of how digital marketing is bringing people into a free offer that's building the relationship, is building that credibility, is building that authority. When they look up to you and they trust you, they are 5 times more likely to actually pull out the wallet and buy something, rather than you see a stranger on the road and you're like, hey, I've got an ebook. Do you have any interviews coming up? It's a night and day difference. I'm going to quickly take a look at the comments if there's any questions. In that case, is there open? Yes, so I actually didn't know. I've only learned about this today, and it was here, one of the pages here, that's even more effective. But the truth is, what I should be doing with my business is give some sort of free, very small free training and then charge for my actual video program. I've got a 4-step video system. Here I'm giving it away for free, which I prefer. I make less money this way, but I'm helping more people. And for me, that business was more of a sadaqah jariyah and a way for me to get my teeth stuck into something and a little bit of a passive income. But really and truly what you want to do is this. Really, this is the next stage. And this can apply to most people doing an online business, okay? What you want is a funnel that looks like this. 3 levels. So here you have your free stuff, free content, free opt-in, free whatever. And people are coming into the funnel through this. Here, as soon as they come in, you give them something free, build that relationship, give them some really valuable content. That's key, by the way. Don't give them rubbish. Give them content that will wow them. Give them content that is life-changing, inshallah. And then, and I'm going to do dollars because we are international now, mashallah. The business school is officially international. I think this school alone has people from 4 different countries, mashallah. Allahumma barik. So dollars. What you ideally want to have as an online business is 3 product categories. So this is called the product value ladder. You want to have some free content, valuable content, which is what's building your audience. Then you want to have a low ticket item that you're selling, then a medium ticket item, and then a premium ticket offering. So let's take the example. Let's say, for example, I'm in the business of, let's stick to tutoring, right? Let's stick to tutoring. I'm giving a lot of free content out, getting a lot of traction, and that free content, I may be pushing it through organically, so social media, leafleting, whatever that may be. Once I've got these people into my funnel, I then offer them, here is a pack, revision notes. This is revision notes pack, done for you, yeah? So imagine if you have, let's say, an audience of 1,000 people coming in. Let's say maybe 1/3 of them, so 300, will probably buy something that's worth $10. So that's already £3,000 that you've made. Then what happens, once they get the revision notes, then the next thing you can run for them is a crash course. Here is a crash course on all the most important topics you need to know for your maths GCSE program. It's a 3-day program and it's $100, okay? So maybe out of that, maybe 80 people take you up on that. The next thing you should have for those who are really keen is, here's a 4-month tutoring package to get you ready with an amazing tutor, to get you very very confidently ready for your exam. Okay, and you may have, let's just say 10 people go for that. So this is how you move people through the funnel, and this is the product ladder. So let me see if I can use this for any of your businesses. What else do we have? Give me ideas of any other businesses you guys are working on. So let me do this with Sister Shamima, because I know what business she's working on. Okay, so let's quickly do that. And mashallah, she has a really innovative idea, something that I don't think has been done before. Fantastic, makes sense. So her idea is to have a support group, a community for 30 plus single sisters. Okay, 30 plus single sisters who maybe are experiencing certain pressures or certain challenges because of the situation that they find themselves in. Okay, so what I would do in terms of funnel is create a free Facebook group. Okay, and I'm gonna try and get people into this in as many ways as possible. So I might do some ads, I might run some events, I may ask influencers to share this and really get as many people as possible in this group. And in this group, I'm giving a lot of value. So Sister Shamima, can you mention a few of the things that can you just type it in maybe, some of the things that you are planning to deliver for the sisters? So that, I know she's doing a lot of work about feeling gratitude, a lot of work about being able to discuss certain topics as a safe space, having some spiritual some reminders, spiritual boost reminders, bringing people closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all of that can happen here, and this is valuable. What I would do next is think about a $10 offering, and then $100 offering, and then $1,000 offering. So just on the top of my head, so she got locked out, unfortunately. So this is the avatar. We're gathering the audience in here. Okay, we're gathering the audience here. Let me make sure that you can see the numbers. Let me pick. Is this better? So what I would do here is a webinar, a confidence building webinar, or some sort of paid webinar that is offered to all of the people in this group. Okay, so maybe 30% of the people in the group will go for it. Then we can potentially have some sort of trip that we can organize that will cost around this. Maybe it's a one-day program, maybe it's a half-a-day trip, or it's some sort of something that is in line with what you're trying to help the sisters with. Okay, and then we can have a coaching program to really help these sisters shift their mindset, maybe overcome their any anxieties that they may have, or whatever you can help them with. So you need to be very clear on what is it that you can help them with. So this is kind of almost a business plan right here. And let's just say, and by the way, how many 30 plus single Muslim sisters are there on the planet? It's probably going to be hundreds of thousands. Let's just say you have 1,000 sisters in the group, and this may take you a year, this may take you 3 months, this may take you 2 years to get to this stage. It all depends on the quality of your marketing and the quality of your relationship building that's happening online. Okay, that's what it all depends on. And then from there, if 30% do the webinar, obviously you've got 333 people going for this. And then let's say out of the 1,000, maybe only 50 of them want to come on the trip with you. Some of them may be abroad, I don't know. Or maybe it's some sort of online conference or some sort of mini course. And then let's just say you get 6 that do the coaching program, or 10 out of 1,000. Actually 10 is realistic, it's more realistic. 10 sign up for a coaching program with you, where you're coaching them on 1 hour a week, and you're helping them achieve a particular outcome. So this is how not only, and then the question is what's happening up here? That's where the real magic happens, which is content. You need to produce valuable content that speaks to your avatar. Where? In the places where they're at. You need to figure out, where are the sisters hanging out? How can I start writing some content that is valuable to them, to really start building that relationship, and then get them interested in joining the Facebook group. You need to give people a reason to join the Facebook group. They need to know who you are. They need to see that you have something to offer. So many of you may have noticed that, the Golden Touch Academy, I do a lot of writing on LinkedIn, because that's where majority of Muslim professionals tend to be. We also have a YouTube channel that we're producing content every single week. Why? Because we are trying to build that audience with regular content. I was on my wife's Instagram account the other day. She was showing me an account that she follows, which is a sister who basically cooks, takes a photo and posts it. Mashallah, the photos are really, really nice, and the recipes are really good. The food looks delicious. Can you guess how many followers she has? Literally all she does, cook something, lay it out nicely, take a photo, post it on Instagram. There's no physical, there's no real benefit other than just the pleasure of seeing nice food on Instagram. Can you imagine? Maybe not 1 million, 118,000 followers on Instagram. And she is not even doing anything outstanding. Like, she's not really changing lives. She's literally doing what she does best, mashallah, which is cooking amazing dishes, dressing them nicely, taking some nice photos and sharing it. And yes, there is benefit, because why does my wife follow her? Because she gets inspired by some of the recipes. She gets ideas of different types of foods. She gets ideas on how to present a platter. She's getting ideas on how to use different cooking techniques. And what's interesting now is that, how do you monetize that? How do you make money from this? Is this just a passion? Is this just a passion project? Well, what I noticed is that she had another Instagram account where she actually is selling platters that she makes. So you can order certain platters. So imagine only 1% go on and spend £30 with her. 1% of the 118,000. Yeah, that's over 1,000 people spending £30 with her. That's a lot of that's a lot of money, right? Literally, just why? For 3 years, all she did, cook, dress it nicely and post it on Instagram. Now imagine if you're actually producing valuable content where you are giving tips, you are giving motivational things specifically for this sector here. So that's where the power of content really is. You've seen it all, people that are consistent with their content creation, the audience gets built. And then all you have to do is take them through a particular funnel. And when you're doing that, you're actually helping them even more. Because imagine how much benefit they would get from actually spending an hour a week with you, coaching them one-on-one. And I can say this because I have benefited immensely from having a coach, many coaches, many programs. And I've actually at the moment on a $2,000 package myself with 2 different coaches. And the benefit is more than $2,000, much more, the benefit that I'm getting. So the real winner when somebody goes through this funnel should be the customer. Yes, we make money in the process, but money is just a byproduct of the exchange of value that's happening. I'm changing your life, and that has a value. You will be changing someone's life, that has a value. People are happy to pay for results, not products and services. They want a result. They have a problem, they want help overcoming that problem. There was a quick question here, I think. Can you please give examples of a physical product? Inshallah, I can give an example of a physical product, absolutely. And by the way, I'll do that really quickly. And inshallah, if you need to go because it is past the hour, you can do, no problem at all, inshallah. So let's think about at your actual business, right? Brother Arash, you have leather bags. Okay, a leather bag. Now, the thing with leather bags, you need to tell me what is the benefit of having a leather bag? What problem are you solving? What value are you having or are you adding by selling a leather bag? Because without that, I have no idea how to structure my funnel because I don't know what the value add is. I don't know who the avatar is. So what's special about the leather bag that you have? Because if there's nothing special, I would encourage you to look into something else. There has to be something valuable about. So it's premium quality, so it will last. It will last long. Okay. Traditional. Okay. So I'm just thinking of the steps of this funnel. So I know that I want them to eventually buy the leather bag. Now I need to attract this 24-year-old recent graduates or young professional. So what type of content? So I would probably create some content around top accessories for trendy young professionals. Must have. Top must have accessories for trending young professionals. This is my opt-in. So it can be a PDF, it can be a separate page, anything. I just want people to come into my funnel. So they opt in, must have top accessories for trending young professionals. And then here is where you can now take them and further build relationship. And start doing a couple of things, which is to educate and nurture. Okay, you want to now have a series of emails where you're educating them and nurturing them about what? The importance of having a leather bag, what that says about you as a person, what, the value of having something that lasts a lifetime, something that is not fast fashion, it's not irresponsibly made, something that you can pass on to the next generation. Those are the things you should be investing in instead of this fast fashion. So you're really nurturing them. And then the next thing you can do is make them that offer of buy the leather bag, buy now. And you can perhaps give them some sort of bonus, some sort of care package. You can teach them how to take care of leather. So this is if you're attracting a professional. Now, if you're attracting someone who loves leather products, they just love leather products, then I would create my content around what are the best types of leather, how to look after leather, how to improve the quality of the leather, how to tell the difference between the different grades of leather, everything about leather. So again, it goes back to your avatar. You really need to know who your avatar is and how does this leather bag improve their life or touch some sort of something in them that your product can deliver. So inshallah, hopefully that was useful, and I completely off the cuff, this is what I would try and do if I was selling leather bags. And you have to have a strong narrative around and have a look at other brands who are doing this. There are a lot of brands who are very, very successful at relationship building, creating this education and nurturing the customer to then want their product. They're very good at positioning their product in a way that's emotional. Yeah, pass this thing down to the next generation. Let history live on. Yeah, you look how we're going from a leather product to someone's progeny and legacy. Yeah, so this is really, really, really where you need to know your avatar, what their value is, and the other thing is, by the way, you can have multiple avatars, but you have to design a specific campaign for each. So you can maybe have one campaign for 24-year-old women who looking for a product that lasts. Then you can have another funnel, another ad, another string of content that is just for leather lovers, people that love leather, love tradition, love that sort of stuff. So you can potentially do that as well, the handmadeness. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. I have gone slightly over. Feel free to ask more questions in tomorrow's Q&A. Hopefully that was useful. I would really appreciate some feedback, inshallah. If it was, Jazakallah khair, for those of you who are sending across your appreciation. It does help me because I can't see you. I don't know whether you're fallen asleep or whether I have bored you to death or whether my content was completely irrelevant. So hopefully this gives you an understanding, a practical understanding to be able to start thinking about this for your own businesses, inshallah. And we can give more examples. And this is Thursday. That's what Thursday is for. On Thursday, come and tell us, can you build us a funnel for this business? I'm thinking of this idea, do this. And that's what Thursday is for, inshallah. The weekly web classes, I think it really adds a lot of value to be able to give you different types of examples. And this is great because it's a physical product. And you can actually see how e-commerce, so for example, I'll give you an example. One of my friends runs an e-commerce store where he sells arts and crafts products. So some of his opt-ins are things like coloring books and downloadable origami sheets, things that are very low cost. And that's how he's attracting people into his funnel. And then he can make them that offer that, okay, you've got the origami thing, now you need something to color it in with. Here is a special discount for you for our award-winning brush pens. So alhamdulillah, hopefully that helps. Barakallah feekum. I've taken a little bit longer of your time. I appreciate you making time on a Wednesday as well. And I will see you all with Ustad Usmani, inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow, same time. Barakallah feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.